Hey, hey, hey.
You couldn't even do it.
I know. Because it came
You
up.
tried for a second.
It came up so loud, and this I can see it redlining up there.
It's like,
Okay. Hey guys, it's Aaron from Under54 Disc Golf, and I'm here with Ragna, Bygde Lewis.
hey.
And we're actually starting a podcast where we'll be talking about different disc golf topics, taking any questions people might have, and just talking about tournaments, upcoming tournaments we've played before, really anything disc golf. So I guess I'll explain or kind of tell everybody who I am, fill everybody in. We actually have Ragna's daughter is here with us, so you might hear her from time to
You
time.
might hear her chime in. She's very opinionated.
She's already started. But anyways, my name is Aaron Gabrielse, and I started Under 54 Disc Golf it was 2014 in June. And I've been playing disc golf for 10 years now. I started playing disc golf in Kansas City back in 2008. So I've been playing pretty steady that whole entire period. Ragna, if you guys don't know who she is, she's been playing. How long have you been playing?
Well, I had my first big event in 2005, but I took a pretty big break 2009 to 2011, and then I got back into it 2011, moved here in 2013. So I mean, it's
What did you take a break for?
I went backpacking.
Oh.
I went to Australia, New Zealand, Asia, and I had a lot of fun, but
Sweet.
non-disc golf related.
Did
fun.
you miss disc golf when you did that, or were you?
I did.
Just...
I kept a track on most things, and we have some big events in Europe every year, and they always become a little bit emotional for me when I'm not there. Mm-hmm. So I definitely kept an eye on everything, and I moved back home in March 2011, I think, and kind of got right back into it. Won my first Swedish title that same year. So
nice.
Yeah, I was definitely good to come back.
You didn't skip a beat. You didn't miss anything. You
Apparently
didn't,
not.
It's like riding a bike, right?
Right, it is, for sure.
Nice. Ragna is sponsored by Prodigy Discs. She's on the tournament team. I myself am actually on the Prodigy Disc street team. So we will be talking about Prodigy Disc quite a bit. I don't necessarily think we're going to make this podcast all about Prodigy Discs, but that's something that's in our background. So
it's going to come quite naturally.
Yeah, it's going to come up quite often. So, but we had a couple of questions from some people that we did a live Q&A with Ragna about a week ago, and some people were kind of bummed they didn't get their questions in, so we actually have some of those questions here. We're going to go ahead and ask Ragna a couple of those questions and see what she has or what her opinion is.
What the magic answer is to it.
Yeah, her deep philosophical answer is to these questions. And actually, this first question that I have is pretty deep. It's we'll just go ahead and ask it. It's, how do you come back when you're playing a tournament and you are super frustrated and everything is going wrong and nothing's going right for you and you're having terribly bad luck? How do you come back from a mental collapse, if that's what you would call it?
Right. Well, everyone knows that it's extremely difficult to come back from a mental breakdown if it's in a round, if you're still playing the round.
Right.
For me, I think if it's in the middle of the round, it's a lot about, keep forgetting about what you just did. But also, you just got to get through it.
Right.
If you're in the round, you
Right.
just get through that round and then start fresh.
Right.
I think when it comes to mental collapses, you just need to collect yourself again, maybe sometimes even take a break. If you have depending on how bad it is, I mean, everyone has had difficulties, I'm sure,
Right.
when you just forget how to putt or you just forget how to throw an upshot.
Yep.
So a lot of times when that happens to me, I'll just kind of distance myself, re-practice, rebuild my confidence, and just, you have to kind of push restart. You can't jump back in a broken boat, you know?
Right. I think with bad luck, because we've all had those rounds where it's like everything, like you hit just a nub on the basket and you roll 100 feet down the hill.
And those rounds, you always play with someone who's throwing not very good that round, but they have the best luck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and I think those are probably easier to get over.
Yes.
Just because, things like that happen. They happen to everybody, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not like you're, missing your... Sometimes you could hit a dead center putt and it spits out.
Right, you're still actually playing good.
Yeah.
It's just not the outcome. I think that's actually really good to think of because, sometimes just to take a step back and ask yourself, okay, am I actually playing bad?
Yep.
And also take away what's good from the round. Because even though you might have a bad score, okay, well, did you really play that bad? It could be something like you were driving and throwing everything great, but you're missing putts. So don't get pissed about the throws. Just work on the putting.
Right. I think with the putting, like Saturday, when did I play? I played Sunday. I played the pre-Super Bowl tournament, Fanatic, whatever it was called, at Rolling Hills. And my second round, I just had... terrible luck. And it didn't help that it was playing in snow and, cold hands and
depressing as it is.
Yeah, yeah. But do you like playing disc golf tournaments in snow?
No, I do not. And it's actually not because that it's cold. It's just a lot of times if it's a lot of snow out, you will adjust your techniques, you will adjust how you throw.
Yes.
And sometimes that actually carries in over the first couple of tournaments when the snow is gone. So I realized when I played a lot of tournaments in the winter, it took me longer to get started on the season. It actually didn't help me at all. Not throwing helped me more than be out there and ruining my technique.
Really? Yeah, I like that. I really like that. So you don't feel like you miss a beat then?
No, I don't. Around? I mean, I like to have a basket in the basement and try to just keep going. Yep. And it's just more about the movement. You're not going to improve in the winter.
Right.
But you need to keep what you have going.
Right.
I think that's why I like have a basket in the basement, throw a little bit, put up a net in the basement.
Yeah. I think like indoor putting leagues, those are awesome because you can be inside, working on your putting. Yeah, it's fun. And that's, probably the main part of everyone's game they could work on is putting.
Yes.
Because if you start knocking down all your putts, you're going to start winning.
You're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go. You're going to start winning a lot of tournaments.
No, for sure. And I mean, if it's not a lot of snow out, it's not going to do anything too. But it's that when you're holding back because you're stepping through a lot of snow or ice, or you're holding back because you don't want to slip, it's just not worth it.
The tee pads.
Yeah.
Sometimes salt is great on the tee pads, but sometimes if there's too much salt, it's almost like throwing on gravel or something.
Right.
It's just as bad as throwing on ice.
Welcome to Michigan, right?
Yeah. Welcome to Michigan. The Podcast54 is what we'll call this. But so how long have you been with Prodigy? You've been with Prodigy since
the beginning.
Since the beginning.
Yes.
How many OGs are still left?
I mean, a few of us.
Yeah.
We still have a bunch of us left. Some left, obviously, and everyone knows when everyone leaves, I feel like, sometimes even before I do. Right, right now, our core team is 7 people. But it's, people leave, people come back, and it is what it is.
7 people, core team, you mean like the originals? Or just like
it's not all originals. I mean, from the original team, we are, what is it? Me, Kat, Yuli, Will, Seppo, Kale is still with us.
Kale, yep.
And I don't want to leave anyone out.
Right.
But that's...
Are we leaving anyone out? If we
Right.
are, listen to the podcast
Don't
and let
hate
us
on
know.
me.
Yeah.
No, it's hard to keep a track of everyone here and there, but I mean, I think we have a great team this year, and the ones we have are doing great work for the company. And I mean, honestly, I think that things happen for certain reasons, and
Yep.
we're good.
Yep. It's like I heard, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Jeremy talking about his move to Innova. You know, that was a move to him that felt just like he was going home.
Okay.
Same with Paige, you know, going to Dynamic Disc, felt like she was going back home. And some people in Prodigy probably feel like, you know, they started, it's like buying a new house. You bought a new home and now you are home.
Right.
Right? Maybe something like that.
I mean, I haven't spoken to either Paige or Jeremy about that. I feel like it's almost like asking someone how much they make. It's like you just don't ask them, kind of thing.
Right.
But
you just be happy for them that they made a decision that works for
they're
them.
friends of mine. I'm always going to be happy for them. Of course, I would rather see them play on my team.
Right.
They're great people, great players.
Sure.
But I find out things through Facebook too, and you know, it's for me, Prodigy really does feel like family because they are the reason that I'm here. Really, I mean, they found me in Sweden, and I chose to come here and come on tour. I met my husband. I have a daughter, a house now, so I've done really well here.
Yep.
So Prodigy, I definitely have a lot of loyalty to them.
We've been talking about other disc golfers, and this was a question that somebody asked at that live Q&A, and we never got around to it. But who has been an influence or has pushed you harder to play better? Who have you really looked up to, I guess?
Well, when I was just starting out, the best female player in Europe was Bygde.
Yep.
Bygde. And so obviously I looked up to her quite honestly. She was very terrifying.
Sure.
She's extremely good at everything she does.
Did you just say her name? And
Bygde is her nickname. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I mean, no one calls her Birgitta ever. She's Bygde.
Okay.
It's like Madonna. Bygde.
Oh, just like a one name. She's just, all right, cool.
She's that good. So yeah, no, I grew up, she was playing even before I started. And so I looked up to her a lot. And then coming here, pretty much every girl on tour, and they would come over to Europe, and they'd be these, big stars or whatever. Right. And you would always wanted to play with them and hang out with them and, learn, which was one of the reasons that I came across here to begin with, because I needed more to get better, which I did.
Right.
So, but then you have your dad.
Yep.
But I'm very proud of the Swedish players that's done very good for themselves, especially more now living here.
Right.
I'm extremely proud and protective over the legacy of the especially Swedish players.
Sure. So like when you moved over here and you are playing against Paige Pierce, Katrina Allen, Jennifer Allen, do you think that has made you better? Or
100%.
And why is that? Is that because there's less of a division over there? Or?
Yes. So there's not as much competition back home.
Yep.
There is competition, but there's just not as much of it, and the level is not as high. So when I first came here in 2012 and played Worlds, I didn't even make the semis.
Okay.
And then the very next year, after playing with them for 3 or 4 months, 3 months actually, I played Final 9 the next year. So It is a huge difference. And it's just the mental game is different. There's more money on the line, so people just take it a lot more seriously.
Right, sure.
And it's kind of like you just need to be surrounding yourself with people that are better.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Like you said in the live Q&A, you got to have somebody to chase.
Oh, yeah.
So you're pushing yourself harder and harder.
Right. One, these girls are pretty intimidating too. You have, these world champions and NT Tour winners and all, the girls that are here, high rated players.
Yep.
And if you're not with them, if they only come over to Europe once a year, they're very intimidating.
Sure.
So your mental game takes a toll too.
Yes.
You have to be side by side with them to realize, okay, these people are human.
Right.
I can beat them or
Right.
whatnot, whatever you want to think. And
this is awesome. I think that this podcast is going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a little bit of the male perspective, the female perspective, the American perspective, the European perspective.
We're going to cover everything.
We're going to cover everything. So we'll have, when we do post these.
And the newborn perspective.
And the newborn perspective. She'll have her 2 cents. So I do have another question here, but I'll just put this out there that people, if they want, they can ask us any questions. They can email us at under54.com, or they can message us on Facebook, Under54 Disc Golf, or Instagram at Under54Disc. Or you can even go to Ragna's pages.
You got my pages, both my fan page and my Disc Golf Facebook, Ragna Bygde. Then, just shoot
Ragna
us.
Bygde Lewis on Instagram.
Yes.
Is that right? Yep. Okay, so this was another question that we didn't get to. Maybe we did cover some of this. Is there a course anywhere, Sweden, United States, or wherever, is there a course that just beats you up and you feel like, because I always tell people, you're not playing against the other people in your division. You're playing against the course. You're trying to beat the course. And Rolling Hills, I keep going back there and it keeps beating me up. But I think that's why I like it so much. It's because I haven't figured out every single hole, and I'm determined to figure it out.
And when you do nail it, it's going to feel pretty good.
It feels so good. So is there a course anywhere like that to you that you just...
I don't know. Well, I can't think of a course that that I'm just struggling with,
Right.
The toboggan here in Michigan.
Okay.
It's at Kensington Metro Park, I think.
Yep.
I mean, that course is just,
It's a monster.
I feel like it doesn't matter how well I play the first 9 and then the back 9's going to suck, or the opposite. I feel like I've never walked away from that course feeling happy.
Yep.
But my favorite place, which is kind of ironic, my favorite place to play is in Oregon, right?
Yep.
And I love the courses there.
Right.
I really, really do.
Yep.
But for some reason, there's 2 courses there where I just don't perform very well.
Huh. Is it tighter shots? It's
just something about it. And I don't know what it is. I play there Beaver State Fling.
Yep.
It's the Milos. And I play
right.
and I play there for Beaver State, and I play there for Worlds. And I played great all the Worlds. But just those 2 courses, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't play bad.
Right.
But I don't ever excel.
Right, sure.
It's almost like I can have some great holes, but then there's enough opportunity to fail.
Mess it up.
Can you even put those 2 words together?
Yep.
Opportunity to fail, but that's what I feel.
A great opportunity to fail
right.
here.
And I don't know what it is.
Right.
I never completely suck there, but I'm never baller status either.
Right. I think is it with Rolling Hills, my problem is there's a bunch of left-handed friendly holes.
Oh.
And my sidearm it's okay. I throw a decent sidearm, maybe 300 feet. Anything past that, I'm hurting myself. So I'm not trying to really kill it past that. But yeah, have you ever played Rolling Hills?
I've not, actually, except
Really?
one Ypsilanti.
Yep.
I've not played that. I believe you, being Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan courses tend to be.
It's like
that.
I don't know how to explain it. There's most of the holes are deuceable, but
Are they kind of like deuce or die kind of holes?
No,
That's good.
They're almost like a couple of them. I feel okay if I have a 4 on it. I'm feeling okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to 3 them every time.
Right. But you're not gonna. It's not suicide watch if you 4 them.
No, it's not. Actually, the second round I played, I 5'd 7 and 8 back to back, And I was kind
That
of on
feels
suicide.
good.
That feels great. I was kind of on suicide watch then.
Yeah, those are the worst. Or even if you walk off a course and you birdied 8 holes and then you bogeyed 8 holes.
That many. Yeah, but that's one course that beats me up.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about Prodigy in our next episode. This was kind of just an episode to kind of
get to know each other.
Get to know you guys that are listening. If there's anything you want to ask us, let us know. Feel free to get a hold of us on Facebook. Like I said before, Facebook, Under54 Disc Golf. We're also at under54.com or at Under54 Disc on Instagram, at Ragna Bygde Lewis.
Right. Basically search Instagram for us on any social media and you will find us.
Yeah, you'll find us and ask us any questions and we can talk about those through these podcasts.
You need to stay tuned because I think we're going to talk about the bomb stamp that everyone's loving.
Yes, we will eventually. This was more just like Ragna said, getting to know us. We'll go into more depth about how Under54 started and why it started, and we'll talk a little bit about our logo, how Ragna and I got to know each other, we'll just go from there. So. Until then, we'll see you next episode.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. See you. Bye.